Welcome back everyone. I hope my audio and video is fine. Yes, audio and video अच्छा है. Quickly reply in the chat box. Hello Purva, Om, Jayendra, Chirag and Varun. Audio and video is fine. That's very good. Okay. I know. I don't know नासिक में बारिश आ रही है नहीं. I am in college campus. यहाँ पे बारिश आ रही है. Right? Yes. Hello Pratima, Hussaina and Rushi. And Varun and Pratima. I'm standing in your class only. All right, taking class. आपने बोर्ड से शायद पहचान भी लिया होगा. Okay, that's great. Now, so we were discussing about syngamy, two different types: endogamy, internal fertilization, and exogamy. We have discussed, that is external fertilization, right? Yes. And example of animals in which external fertilization is found are amphibians, fishes, etc. Right? All right, Jain, that's great. Enjoy the rain. Acha. All right, Pratima. Yes, these are the examples. Now, moving on to the next type of classification of syngamy, all right, which are based on the structure of gametes. Okay, so syngamy, another classification which is based on the structure of gametes. Again, it is of four different types. Okay, four different types. This is on the basis of place of fertilization, fusion, inside or outside the body. It is based on the structure of gametes which are fusing. Okay. So first is anisogamy. Anisogamy. Okay. Name itself suggesting that the gametes are different in size or motility. Okay. They are not similar. They differ in size or motility. That's why it is also known as heterogamy. Different types of gametes will be there. Heterogamy. Okay. Yes. Yes. So example of anisogamy is there in Chlamydomonas. All right. Higher invertebrates like your echinoderms, mollusks, etc., and all the vertebrates including human beings also, because in human beings ovum, structure of ovum and sperm are different from each other and their motility is also different. So that is the example of anisogamy. Right, absolutely right, Rushi and Pratima, very good. Next is isogamy. Name itself suggesting isogamy means same type of gametes. All right, their structure is very similar, and this type of gametes or syngamy is found in Monocystis, a protozoan. All right, Monocystis, a protozoan. Next type of syngamy is oogamy. Oogamy. This is the extension of anisogamy itself. In oogamy, there is one large non-motile gamete and another is small motile gamete. Okay. And here we will consider the example of all mammals, higher vertebrates. Okay. If we talk about human is also having a large non-motile ovum and a small motile sperm. That type of syngamy is there in oogamy. Okay. All right. Then next is hologamy. Hologamy. Holo means the complete cell, the complete organism act like a gamete and fuses with another organism. Okay, the complete cell or the organism fuses with another organism or the cell acting like a gamete. Okay, this is the example. In this, the example is your yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces is a unicellular fungi. So whenever it performs sexual reproduction, okay, its complete cell behaves like a gamete and fuses with another cell, right? This is known as hologamy. All right. Now, these are the different types of syngamy. Here I have written two different types of uh, sexual reproduction. So number one was syngamy. Number two, it was number one. Number two is it visible? Yes. Conjugation. Conjugation. All right. And when we have discussed kingdom Monera, I have told you about conjugation, but conjugation is also found in some protists. Okay. Like paramecium. So what happened in conjugation? There is a sex pili which forms conjugation tube, and then there will be exchange of genetic material. Actually, exchange is both way process. Here, transfer of genetic material from one to another takes place. Okay, this is known as conjugation. All right. So conjugation is found in bacteria, paramecium, and in some algae also. Right? Spirogyra also perform conjugation. This is very important because most of the student, they know about bacteria and protozoans or the protist only. Spirogyra, it's an algae. It can also able to perform conjugation. Right? Okay. All right, so that was about the two different types of sexual reproduction. Now, when we have discussed asexual reproduction, I have already told you about advantages and disadvantages. यहाँ पे sexual reproduction के advantages और disadvantages भी आपको याद करने हैं. कैसे? जो asexual reproduction में advantages थे, वो यहाँ पे disadvantages हो जाएंगे, opposite. और जो एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में डिसएडवांटेजेस थे वो यहां पे एडवांटेजेस हो जाएंगे. राइट? तो कर लोगे आप ये? ऑल राइट. बहुत जोर से बारिश आई है. ओके, यहां पे भी बहुत जोर से हो रही है, बट अभी नेटवर्क बना हुआ है. All right. So that was about, in general, the sexual reproduction, the introduction part. Now coming to the phases of life cycle of an organism. Okay. What are the different stages in a life of an organism? So basically, three different stages are there. Okay. जब organism छोटा होता है, the first stage, juvenile stage. जब ऑर्गेनिज्म बड़ा हो जाता है और रिप्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट कर देता है, दैट स्टेज इज नोन एज रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज. जब अब वो अपनी पॉपुलेशन बढ़ाता है, मेंटेन करता है, राइट? एंड द थर्ड स्टेज कम्स व्हेन इट बिकम्स ओल्ड. ठीक है, ग्रेजुअली उसके बॉडी ऑर्गन्स का फंक्शन कम होता जाता है और फाइनली उसकी डेथ हो जाती है, राइट? So this phase of in which it is becoming old, known as senescent phase. All right. नहीं, निसर्ग चला गया है, don't worry. निसर्ग कब से वीक होके और चला जा चुका है. This is दूसरी after effects of निसर्ग. All right. So senescent is the last phase. What are the three different phases? Juvenile phase, number one. next is reproductive phase, and third senescent phase. Okay, now if we talk about unicellular organism, उनके अंदर नेचुरल डेथ नहीं होती है, राइट? मतलब यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म डिवाइड करेगा और दो डॉटर सेल बना देगा, तो हम उनको इमॉर्टल कंसीडर करते हैं अनटिल एंड अनलेस वो उनको किसी की टॉक्सिसिटी या पॉइजन नहीं दे दिया जाए, राइट? एब्सोल्युटली राइट. नाउ अब स्पेसिफिकली बीच वाला जो फेज था रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज, उसकी बात करते हैं, राइट? रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज, द सेकेंड फेज फॉर प्लांट्स. अगर प्लांट्स की बात करें तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ प्लांट्स आर देयर, जो पूरे लाइफ स्पैन में सिर्फ एक बार फ्रूट्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, फ्लावर्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, ठीक है, एक बार, और फिर उनकी डेथ हो जाती है, राइट? जनरली ये कौन से प्लांट्स होते हैं? एनुअल प्लांट्स, राइट? बायएनुअल प्लांट्स. ये एक या दो सीजन में अपनी लाइफ खत्म कर लेते हैं, इसीलिए दे आर ऑल्सो नोन एज मोनोकार्पिक प्लांट्स. They are giving fruits or flowers once in their lifetime, right? They are monocarpic. Now coming to the second group, in which two times or several times, okay, more than two times or several times flowers and fruits are produced. This category of plants is known as polycarpic plants. इसमें सारे perennials plants आ जाएंगे. पेरेनियल प्लांट्स, मैंगो, गुआवा, ऑल दीज, जो कई बार फ्रूट्स और फ्लावर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, राइट? ओके, ये हो गया प्लांट्स का क्लासिफिकेशन और टाइप्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज. कमिंग टू एनिमल्स का टाइप ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज. इन एनिमल्स सम आर सीजनल ब्रीडर्स. सीजनल ब्रीडर मींस एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड पे ही they will breed, they will produce young ones, right? For example, lizards, all right, frogs. ये frogs का मॉनसून जो है ये ब्रीडिंग पीरियड है, इसी में वो रिप्रोड्यूस करेंगे. Lizards also reproduce on the onset of monsoon, rainy season. Birds also, they are also having their specific time for breeding. Okay, so these are seasonal breeder. Second type of animal in which there is no time of breeding. Any time they can breed, they can produce young ones. Okay, they are called as continuous breeders. Okay, what do you call them? Continuous breeders. And the example of continuous breeder is human. Okay, yes, dogs are also continuous breeder, right? Again, अब continuous breeder में भी दो टाइप है. Here animals का अगर क्लासिफिकेशन देखें तो दो हो गए, seasonal and continuous. कॉन्टिन्यूस के अंदर भी दो, वो एनिमल्स जिनके अंदर ईस्ट्रस साइकिल होता है और वो एनिमल जिनके अंदर मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल होता है. ओके, ईस्ट्रस साइकिल एंड मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल. ओके, ईस्ट्रस साइकिल वाले एनिमल्स, फॉर एग्जांपल डॉग्स, कैट्स, ओके, they generally breed during their cycle only. They produce young ones during their cycle only. Whereas menstrual cycle जिन organisms में मिलता है, okay, इनके अंदर ऐसा कोई टाइम पीरियड या फिर ड्यूरेशन फिक्स नहीं होता. Okay, yes, yes, human are the example. इसके अंदर along with humans, apes, monkeys, they are also present in this side. Whereas all the other higher mammals, cow, tiger, cats, dogs, they are all in estrus cycle. This side of example. Okay. All right. So that finishes your two different types of and three phases of life cycle. Now, coming to the events of sexual reproduction, let us discuss the events. What different events occurs during sexual reproduction? And one more thing, one more announcement. It's not like this, beta. ये मतलब आपने जो देखा है जनरली पपीज जो है वो विंटर्स के वक्त होते हैं, राइट? बट ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है, एनी टाइम। ओके, मेरे डॉग का बर्थडे अगस्त में आता है, सो एनी टाइम दे कैन ब्रीड, डिपेंड्स ऑन देयर साइकिल, ईस्ट्रस साइकिल। Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so we were discussing about events of sexual reproduction. Okay, very first event, gametogenesis. Why? Because gametes का फ्यूजन होना है सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में, इसलिए फ्यूजन होने से पहले gametes को बनाना बहुत जरूरी है, right? That's why the first event of sexual reproduction is gametogenesis. All right, and if we talk about humans, humans में gametogenesis start होता है after the age of puberty, right? In male and in female. Absolutely right. So what I was saying, gametogenesis, right? This gametogenesis, अगर फीमेल की बात करें तो ओवम जो है उनका डिवीजन एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेज से ही स्टार्ट हो जाता है, बट इट इज अरेस्टेड इन डिफरेंट स्टेज which again start after the age of puberty. Okay, so gametogenesis is the process of formation of gametes which in human which starts by from the age of puberty. All right, and in male sperms are formed, and the process of formation of sperm is spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis. All right, and spermatogenesis, what will be the location of spermatogenesis? Quickly reply in the chat box. Yes, Susanna, we will classify them later. First we will discuss them in detail and then we will call them or classify them in pre-fertilization and post-fertilization events. Yes, what is the location? Everyone knows? Quickly reply in the chat box. Primary sex organ or the gonads are responsible for the formation of sperm in male, that is testes, right? Coming to female, the female gamete is known as ovum and the formation of ovum is known as oogenesis. Oogenesis, right? And the location of oogenesis is ovary. Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so this is the process of gametogenesis. Now, what type of cell division is used in gametogenesis? So gametes are formed from primordial cells or the parent cell known as gameto, mother gametes cells. All right. These mother gamete cells maintain their population with the help of mitosis. So mitosis is taking place, whereas they will give rise to four different daughter cells with the help of meiosis. So both mitosis and meiosis are involved in gametogenesis. Now, when meiosis takes place, the ploidy, let's say the mother cell is diploid. When meiosis takes place, the ploidy will become haploid. Okay? But whenever mitosis takes place, the ploidy will remain same. Okay? Yes. So both mitosis and meiosis is taking place in gametogenesis. I hope it is clear. Yes. And on the basis of stage at which meiosis is occurring, it is divided mainly into two different types. What are these two different types? Zygotic meiosis and gametic meiosis. Zygotic meiosis and gametic meiosis. All right. Name itself suggesting that whenever zygote is formed, meiosis occurs in zygote. Okay. I hope you know the meaning of zygote. Fusion product of gamete is zygote. So meiosis takes place in zygote, is zygotic meiosis. Meiosis takes place in gametes or during the formation of gamete is gametic meiosis. ह्यूमन को कौन सी जगह पर रखना चाहिए, zygotic or gametic? Yes, where you will place human, zygotic or gametic? Question is clear, guys? Where will you place human, zygotic or gametic? ह्यूमन को कहां प्लेस करोगे? Definitely gametic, because in human during spermatogenesis and oogenesis meiosis takes place. Okay, so humans are there in gametic meiosis. Even most of the higher animals are there in gametic meiosis. Okay, so what are the example of zygotic meiosis then? Examples are some algae. Okay, algae like Chlamydomonas, Eulothrix. All right, they are placed in zygotic meiosis. Okay, all right. So that was about gametogenesis. Now your gametes are formed. These gametes are needs to be transferred for the fusion. So next event is transfer of gamete. Transfer of gamete. Now we have just discussed about the type of syngamy, exo and endogamy. Here transfer of gametes can be of these two types: internal fertilization, okay, and external fertilization. That we have already discussed, so I am not discussing it again. All right, external and internal fertilization. Now if we talk about plants, in plants also gametes are transferred. Okay, siphonogamy I have told you, fertilization or transfer of gamete with the help of pollen tube. So again, this is a kind of endogamy, fusion inside the ovary. All right. Yes, by forming pollen tube. Again, pollination is of different type: cross pollination, self pollination. That we will discuss in sexual reproduction of plants. Okay. All right. Next event is the third event. Gametes are transferred. Fusion of gametes will take place, and the fusion of gametes is known as fertilization. Okay, fertilization. That again, fertilization forms the zygote, the first cell of next generation. Okay, fertilization. After fertilization, zygote form and embryogenesis. All right. Fourth event, zygote formation and further development of zygote is known as embryo development or embryogenesis. Embryogenesis. Okay. Yes. Now we will classify them as these two are pre-fertilization events because they are taking place before fertilization, right? This is fertilization, and these two events are taking place after fertilization. So these are post-fertilization events. All right? Yes, these two are post-fertilization event. So total 5 events are there. 2 are pre, 2 are post, and the middle one is fertilization. Okay, these are the different events of sexual reproduction. Okay, all right. Now we need to discuss about the special type parthenogenesis. Let's quickly discuss about parthenogenesis. This is a small but very interesting, important topic. All right. Now, parthenogenesis is a special type of reproduction in which gametes are formed, but fusion does not take place. In parthenogenesis, yes, development without the help of fertilization. Okay, gametes will be formed. Generally, ovum is formed, and this ovum, without fertilization, forms another progeny. Okay, forms the progeny. So generally, in the animals in which strict parthenogenesis is found, they reproduce with the help of only parthenogenesis. Okay, the population is all female. Okay, male is not found in them. Right, absolutely right. So now let us discuss about parthenogenesis. There are different types of parthenogenesis. Number 1, obligatory parthenogenesis. I have told you the meaning of obligatory, compulsorily. Okay, this is the group of animal in which no other mode of reproduction is there. They reproduce with the help of only parthenogenesis. Okay, they form gamete, specifically ovum, and without fertilization, this ovum will lead to the formation of progeny, the other female progeny. Okay, so in this group, example is this lizard, Lacerta saxicola. Example, Lacerta lizard. Okay, this lizard strictly reproduce with the help of parthenogenesis. So all lizards belonging to this genus are females. And the second example is uh, one species of snake, okay, which is found in India only, and it is the smallest snake of India, and the name is Tiflina brahmina. Tiflina brahmina. It is hardly 15 centimeter long, okay, and this also reproduced strictly by parthenogenesis. These two are the example of obligatory parthenogenesis. Then coming to incomplete parthenogenesis. Incomplete, which means it can reproduce with sexual reproduction also, but some gametes, some ovum, all right, develop parthenogenetically. Okay, not all ovum are developing parthenogenetically. अगर सारे होते तो इसको भी obligatory में रख देते. इसके अंदर कुछ parthenogenesis करेंगे, बाकी sexual reproduction करेंगे. ठीक है? Example of incomplete parthenogenesis is found in honeybees. Example: Apis indica or mellifera, honeybee. Right? What happened in this? Female, male and female, okay, male are haploid, they form gamete with the help of mitosis, okay, they form haploid gamete. Female are diploid, they form gametes with the help of meiosis, okay, haploid gametes. Now, when fusion takes place, diploid females are formed. When fusion does not take place, haploid males without fertilization are formed. Okay? These males are known as drones. So drones are the result of parthenogenesis. But because both the processes are found, incomplete parthenogenesis. Right? Okay. Now, moving on to the next type, that is pedogenetic parthenogenesis. Pedogenetic. Name itself suggesting pedogenetic parthenogenesis. Pedo. What do you call the child specialist, the doctor? Pediatrics, right? Here, in the larval stage only, pedo means the larval stage, the chota form, right? In the larval stage only, the organism shows production of progeny, okay? And larval stage में वो gametes तो बना नहीं पाएगा, इसीलिए वो खुद ही parthenogenesis करेगा और नए फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, right? This type of parthenogenesis is pedogenetic. This is found in the larva of liver fluke, right? Liver fluke के अंदर एक लार्वा ही कई और लार्वास को बनाता है. That is the category of pedogenetic parthenogenesis. For example, what happened in larva of liver fluke? Myracidium. Myracidium एक larval stage है. That larval stage changes to sporocyst. Sporocyst produces third larval stage, radia, and radia produce fourth larval stage, cercaria, with the help of parthenogenesis, right? And fifth larval stage is known as metacercaria, is also formed. So these many larval stage, out of these, cercaria is the result of parthenogenesis. Okay, so in this example will be liver fluke. Liver fluke. All right. So that is the three different type of parthenogenesis. Now, this is one classification. Okay. Another classification of parthenogenesis is based on whether the forming progeny will be male or female. What will be its sex? What will be its gender? On the basis of that, parthenogenesis is again divided into three different types. Okay, I'm writing them here. Number one is Areno-Toki. Areno-Toki. Okay, what happened in Areno-Toki? The progeny produced are generally male. Okay, the progeny produced are generally male, and the example is honeybees. Okay, honeybees are the example. Next is Theli-Toki. Theli-Toki, in which the progeny produced are females, right? And the example of this type of parthenogenesis is Lacerta and Typhlina, because ये जो दोनों है अनफर्टिलाइज्ड ओवम से बन रहे थे और ये भी फीमेल बना रहे थे, राइट? तो Thalotoki, Lacerta and Typhlina. Coming to Amphitoki, third type. Amphitoki. Amphitoki, amphi means both. So both the types of gender, sex are formed. Okay? And in this, the examples are Aphis, also known as aphids. Okay? Both male and females are formed. Okay? All right. So these are the different types of parthenogenesis we have discussed. This is on the basis of sex of progeny. This is on the basis of whether it is compulsorily opting for parthenogenesis or incompletely, right? And it is showing parthenogenesis in larval stages. Larval stages. That is pedogenetic. All right. Okay. So that finishes your introduction to reproduction chapter. Now, कल हम पढ़ेंगे reproduction in human reproduction. अच्छा, टेस्ट के लिए मैं बता दूं, क्योंकि हमारी 2 क्लास पहले ही वेस्ट हो चुकी है, तो आई हैव ऑलरेडी मेड द क्वेश्चन पेपर. उसमें मैंने मेल एंड फीमेल जेनेटिक रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम तक दिया है, तो आपको वो दोनों पढ़ना है. हम कल ट्राई करेंगे कि मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम एंड फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम दोनों कवर कर लें, राइट? अगर नहीं भी होता है तो टिल फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम तक तो आएगा. ओके, क्लियर एवरीवन? ओके, सो आज के लिए यहीं तक, कल फिर मिलेंगे. गुड बाय, टेक केयर, सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. थैंक यू एवरीवन.